What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about a rather exciting Digimon card. It was revealed yesterday on the Twitter over in Japan, but you saw how busy we were yesterday news-wise. I'm afraid it had to take a little bit of a break, but we're here today, and we're going to be having a little bit of a shout. Get it? About Shoutmon. And I'll tell you something for nothing right off the bat, I like this Shoutmon. It might only be a level 3, and level 3s might be not always worthy of their own video, but believe me when I tell you, this one totally is. Now our translation here comes from the lovely DigimonCard.dev / the lovely folks at Ensan Gaming, two of my very favourites, as you should know by now. And if we start off with the basics, we got a free cost to play normally, which is standard, 0 cost to Digivolve, which is standard, 1000 power, which is terrible. As in, it literally could not be any lower. If it was any lower, it would be deleted on playing, because it would be 0. So you know what? This looks like it's got to have a good skill. And it does. It is actually one of those very rare Digimon, especially level 3s, that have both a regular skill and an inheritable skill. And this one's going to see a bunch of play. So the regular skill here reads, when you play it, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon with Shoutmon in its name, and 1 Digimon with Blitz from among them to your hand, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, as a ruling thing, we've seen things like this before. Shoutmon actually does have Blitz. So yes, you would be able to get 2 Shoutmon. Essentially, 1 would count as your Shoutmon, and 1 would count as your Digimon that has Blitz. So, yeah, that would work rather nicely indeed. And the translation we've got, and we have agreement from both DigimonCard.dev and Ensan Gaming here, which I think tells you everything you need to know. It is not a Digimon called Shoutmon, it is a Digimon with Shoutmon in its name. So you could get yourself a Shoutmon, you could get yourself a Shoutmon DX, and if we get any other levels of Shoutmon as we go along, if there's a level 4, level 5, if they end up in the set, you will be able to go and get them as well, which is awesome. But the thing is, you could be playing a red deck with Blitz here, and not playing Shoutmon at all, and this would still allow you to go and get yourself a Digimon with Blitz. So this is good. Also helps to explain very nicely why you have such low power here. It's one of those you've kind of got to have such low power, or else it would end up being way too good. It's also one you might Digivolve for the other skill, we'll get there in a minute, but most of the time you are playing it from your hand. It's very much like Palmon in green decks at the moment, in the Booster 1.0 format. What we've essentially got is a Digimon that you play to get yourself more stuff. I mean, generally speaking, what you really want to do is you want to evolve up so that you draw a card, because every time you evolve up, you draw a card. The thing is, here, when you play normally, you essentially draw a card, unless you don't hit a Shoutmon or a Digimon with Blitz, and you may end up hitting 2 and then 4 drawing 2, so it's actually more beneficial than evolving up, although it does cost the memory. Worth pointing out here, no, you do not have to get both Digimon. You could get just one or the other, and this skill would fire very nicely indeed. Yeah, it's pretty gosh darn good. And it actually gets better, because it's got an inheritable skill here, whereby if this has Digivolved into a Digimon that has Blitz, you get 2000 extra power. And 2000 extra power is good. We've seen, especially in the Booster 1.0 format, we've seen that the Agamon from the starter deck that just gives you an extra 1000 power sees a bunch of play. We have essentially decided as a player base that an extra 1000 power is good. So if you're playing enough Digimon with Blitz, this is going to give you an extra 2000 power, which is nuts. Now, one thing we do need to bear in mind here, we don't generally see Blitz on level 4 and 5. Like, if we stick in red, if we stick in the colour of Shoutmon, and now we've not seen that many red, we've only seen, like, 5 non-baby red Digimon so far, so there may well be more. But what we've basically seen is level 6s with Blitz. We've seen Zeke Greymon and Shoutmon DX and they have Blitz. So, yes, you get the 2,000 power, but it's looking likely, though unconfirmed, it's too early, we've not seen enough cards from the set. But it is looking likely that we are actually going to have to wait until we get our level 6 to really get up to get this extra power. But once you get up to the level 6, that is huge. Like, extra 2,000 power in Digimon is big. It is a great thing. So honestly, I think in the right deck, this is absolutely going to be worth it. But of course, one of the cards we've seen, now we haven't actually seen it, we've seen a poster with a blurred image of it, but we've seen that we are getting a new Omnimon, which can evolve from red. Also blue, but we're worried about red today. And we know, at least we think we know, that it's got Blitz. Which means you've got a level 7 Omnimon that's got Blitz. So if you Digivolve this up into an Omnimon, you're getting that extra 2,000 power. But it's very much worth bearing in mind we've also got that Greymon that we saw the other day, whereby while this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, it gets an extra 2,000 power. So if you go from Shoutmon into Greymon and end up as an Omnimon, assuming we do have Blitz there, and we think we do, and assuming we do, oh, this is looking tasty. Because now that 14,000 power Omnimon is actually coming out as an 18,000 power Omnimon, and I probably don't need to tell you that 18,000 power is gigantic. Absolutely gigantic. So you know what? I think this is one we need to probably end up getting a little bit excited about. So there's definitely, well, assuming we have Blitz, and we're fairly sure we have Blitz, there is a combo to be made here going Shoutmon, Greymon, something, Omnimon, and just having super powerful cards. Bearing in mind that Shoutmon will still be able to get you your level 6 or another level 3, and it will be able to get you the Omnimon, assuming it has Blitz, because it can search for a Digimon with Blitz. So it certainly seems to work there. But even if we ignore Omnimon for a moment, let's go take a look at Shoutmon, and clearly Shoutmon and Shoutmon DX are going to work beautifully together. Firstly, Shoutmon DX has Shoutmon in its name, it can be searched with a skill. Secondly, Shoutmon DX has Blitz, it can be searched with a skill. Yes, you can get 2. And then, of course, because you've got Blitz, you get that extra 2,000 power. Do remember, Blitz is a skill that only ever actually works once when you Digivolve. It says when you Digivolve, even if memory passes to your opponent's side, you can still attack, which is kind of broken, it seems like. So even though you can only use Blitz once, a Digimon will still have Blitz, so Shoutmon can be searched out with this, Shoutmon gets the extra power. And to be fair, 12,000 power is still above average for a level 6. 11,000 power is the average. But if you've evolved up from Shoutmon, and if you're playing Shoutmon DX, I have no idea why you wouldn't play Shoutmon. You've got the search, you've got the extra power, the synergy is off the charts. You're going to be rocking 14,000 power. And basically speaking, level 6s just aren't going to be a problem for you. You are going to be able to take down resting level 6s pretty much no matter who they are. You are just going to be able to take them all down while surviving, which is clearly a very, very good thing indeed. You know, even the vanilla dudes that end up with extra power because they're vanilla and they need something to hang their hat on, they only have 12,000 power. You are going to be able to take them down rather nicely indeed. Even something like Nidogmon, which comes in as this super beefy 13,000 power Digimon, which is huge for a level 6, even that is going to be going down here. So frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this sounds pretty good to me. This is going to be a powerful Digimon. And this is why I like Shoutmon as a level 3 and why I gave it so much time and attention in the video. If you're playing a Shoutmon DX deck, this is an absolute must play. If you're playing a new Omnimon deck, that is to say the new one with Blitz, this is an absolute must play deck. And there's going to be other Digimon with Blitz. And if you're playing a red deck with Blitz, I'm getting to the stage where I really don't know why you wouldn't play this. Like, it seems way too good not to play. It's just a ridiculous, ridiculous card. it's going to be one of those level 3s. Like, it's only a level 3, and I know we're not supposed to get too excited about level 3s, etc., but this really does look like the kind of level 3 that is going to see a huge amount of play. I'm giving it... Oh, this one's a hard one to score. I'm giving it 4 Wassies, because it is only for red and only for blitz, etc., but honestly, that might end up looking very miserly come the near future. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.